When people picture a canine unit, what comes to mind? For most, it's a very specific image, etched into our collective consciousness by movies and television. It's the silhouette of a powerful, noble dog standing shoulder to shoulder with its human partner. And more often than not, they usually imagine a big male German Shepherd. It's an icon, a symbol of strength and authority. But in the world of elite working dogs, the landscape is evolving, driven by performance, data, and a deeper understanding of canine capabilities. But today we're pulling back the curtain on a different kind of operator. I'm spending a day with a female Belgian Malinois, a breed renowned for its intelligence, athleticism, and an almost supernatural work ethic. If the German Shepherd is a heavy-duty truck, think of the Malinois as a Formula One car, a laser-focused athlete with a rocket engine, built for speed, precision, and relentless drive. And today we're going to see why the females of this breed are not just participants but dominant forces in the most demanding canine roles. Let's tackle the biggest myth head-on. Myth: female Malinois are too emotional, too sensitive, or not aggressive enough for high-stress jobs. The perception is that their hormonal cycles or temperament make them less reliable when the pressure is on. Nope, that couldn't be further from the truth. The reality? They're built for drive, precision, and an incredible amount of grit. What some misinterpret as emotional, expert handlers recognize as heightened sensitivity and attunement to their partner, a trait that can be a massive tactical advantage. They are often more focused on the handler and the task, with less of the social posturing or inner-dog dominance struggles that can sometimes be a factor with intact males. When compared to males, they might give up a slight edge in raw, brute strength or sheer mass. But what they trade in size, they gain in other, often more critical areas. First, agility. Their slightly lighter, more compact frame allows for incredible body awareness, tighter turns, and less impact on joints during explosive movements. They can navigate complex environments with a nimbleness that is simply breathtaking. Second, endurance. Less weight to carry means greater metabolic efficiency. They can often work longer, covering more ground without fatiguing, which is a crucial factor in extended search and rescue operations or long patrol shifts. And third, recovery time. Handlers consistently report that their females bounce back faster after intense physical exertion. Their bodies cool down quicker, and they're ready for the next task with less downtime. In a real-world scenario, the ability to deploy again quickly can be the difference between success and failure. A typical day starts long before the sun is fully up. The air is crisp, the world is quiet, but for this team, the workday has already begun. It's a ritual of preparation, a quiet moment to gear up and mentally sync for the challenges ahead. Every session begins with a warm-up, but this is more than just stretching muscles. It's about calibrating the connection. The first phase is always obedience, designed to lock in impulse control. This is the foundation upon which every other skill is built. Iwadi senrai soda inidwarganats, injertari, katans, and jakrudan almaim. One irimzakurian. The dog's shoulder is perfectly aligned with the handler's leg. We see it in the instant sits and the smooth, fluid downs. Each command is a question, and each action is a clear, unhesitating answer. The execution is fast, crisp, with zero slack. The leash is loose, a testament to the fact that this control isn't forced. It's earned through thousands of repetitions and a shared language of trust. This isn't about dominance, it's about dialogue. Then, we move to agility. This is where we see that superior athleticism in action. The handler sets up a course designed to simulate real-world obstacles. We see tight turns around cones where the dog demonstrates incredible rear-end awareness, pivoting on a dime without losing momentum. We watch the ladder runs, a difficult exercise that forces the dog to think about every single step, developing precision and proprioception. And then, the wall climbs, showcasing explosive power and a fearless commitment to the task, followed by a controlled landing that protects her joints. It's crucial to understand that this is not about flashy tricks for a competition ring. Every exercise has a purpose directly tied to operational effectiveness. It's about conditioning precise foot placement, ensuring she can navigate treacherous, unstable surfaces like a collapsed building or a cluttered alleyway without injury. It's about developing her balance, so she remains stable whether she's on a narrow beam or inside a moving vehicle. And most importantly, it's about building her confidence under pressure, teaching her that no obstacle is insurmountable, and that she has the physical and mental tools to solve any problem presented to her. Next up, scent work. This is where the Malinois' legendary drive is channeled into one of the most powerful tools in law enforcement and rescue, its nose. The setup is clinical, controlled. The goal is to isolate and reward the exact behaviors required for detection. I watch her switch from turbo to microscope mode in a split second. The handler gives the command, and the explosive athlete vanishes, replaced by a methodical, deliberate hunter. Her nose goes down, working independently from her eyes. You can see the nostrils flaring, processing millions of scent particles per second. Her tail is steady, not wagging with excitement, but held as a counterbalance, a rudder that signals deep concentration. Her breathing changes, becoming rhythmic like a metronome, optimizing air intake to capture the faintest trace of the target odor. She threads through a line of vehicles, her nose tracing the seams of doors and trunks where scent might pool. She moves to a bank of lockers, investigating the hinges and vents, ignoring the residual smells of food and gym clothes. She has to learn to work through a sensory minefield, ignoring the constant barrage of distracting noise, the sight of unfamiliar faces moving around her, even the tempting smell of discarded food just a few feet away. Her job is to find one specific scent among thousands, and her focus must be absolute. That focus isn't born, it's built. It is trained, rep by painstaking rep day after day. Each successful find is marked and rewarded, reinforcing the value of the hunt itself until the search becomes its own reward. Now we move into the big leagues, tactical drills. This is where all the pieces, obedience, agility, and drive, come together in high-stakes scenarios that simulate real-world deployments. Safety is paramount for the dog, the handler, and the team. The muzzle goes on. It's a safety tool, not a punishment, allowing the dog to indicate a threat or even make impact without a bite, protecting everyone involved. The decoy, a highly trained professional, gets into the protective bite suit. Their job is to realistically simulate the behavior of a non-compliant or threatening subject. They practice controlled entries, clearing rooms with methodical precision. The dog learns to slice the pie, using angles to its advantage to see as much of a room as possible before entering. It's like watching chess being played at 20 miles an hour. Every movement is about managing angles, maintaining line of sight with the handler, and, most critically, the immediate release on command. The off switch is just as important as the on switch. The dog must be able to engage with full intensity and then disengage instantly, returning to a neutral state, ready for the next command. And after all that intensity, the training isn't over. Now comes one of the most underrated but essential parts of the job: social proofing and recovery. A working dog must be able to transition from a high-drive state back to a calm, stable presence in public. They walk through busy sidewalks with people passing close by. They learn to be neutral around the unpredictable energy of kids playing. They ignore strollers, skateboards, and all the other chaotic elements of urban life. She learns that calm is a skill too. It's a gear she must be able to shift into on command, conserving energy and demonstrating the stability that makes her a trustworthy partner in any environment. All of this works because of one fundamental element: the bond. It's a partnership that transcends simple commands. It's a silent conversation happening constantly between handler and dog, a feedback loop of trust and mutual understanding. The handler reads the slightest ear flick, which might indicate the direction of a sound. They feel a subtle weight shift through the leash, signaling a change in the dog's focus. They notice the almost imperceptible change in breathing that occurs when the dog is closing in on a scent. And in return, the dog reads the handler's posture, tone, and intent. Based on this constant, silent communication, tactical decisions happen in milliseconds. Let me give you a quick, powerful story that shows how this all comes together. This is Roxy, a female Malinois who was deployed on a search and rescue call after a building collapse. The scene was chaos, unstable rubble, twisted rebar creating dangerous traps, and the air thick with dust that choked both scent and sight. Drawing on her agility training, she threaded a collapsed stairwell, her paws landing precisely on the few stable surfaces. Deep within the debris, she alerted, giving her trained final indication: a focused bark and freeze. Then she held her position, her calm presence preventing further distress to the trapped victim. She then backed out carefully and led the rescuers in, saving a life. That wasn't luck. That wasn't a fluke. That was thousands of reps of obedience, agility, and scent work meeting one crucial moment. It was training, trust, and the unique capabilities of a female Malinois converging to produce a heroic outcome. So, yeah, female Belgian Malinois aren't soft, they are focused, resilient, and incredibly capable athletes. They're dedicated partners, and, as we've seen, they are very often heroes. What are your thoughts on working dogs? Have you had any experiences with the Belgian Malinois breed? Drop your canine stories and questions in the comments below. I read every single one. If you want more deep dives on canine training, breed breakdowns, and tactical analysis, subscribe for more canine training breakdowns. Like and share this video to support working dogs and the handlers dedicated to them. We also do live Q&A sessions with trainers and handlers, so be sure to join our community to get notified. Thanks for hanging out on this ride along. It's been a privilege to share a glimpse into the world of these incredible canine athletes. See you in the next one.